Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is a day of another day that we call Saturday. Anyway, the being said, what's gonna be, people? Hopefully everybody's having a safe day as far as coming home. If you went out last night, hopefully everything turned out okay. You had a great time. You didn't, get in any trouble and stuff, and you came back home. Now, I want to talk to you about something that been going through my mind, through a lot of other things and stuff, but I want to talk about this. Now, you already know they're going through different changes and stuff, and, as far as living in my truth. Now, the thing is that it is nothing like God introducing you to enough. Now, you may say, well, Raven, what do you mean by God introduced you to enough? Basically, what happens is you're brought around a lot of your friends and a lot of people that are around you that you thought that was always had your back, that really loved you and stuff, and basically he introduced you to them again. Now, he didn't introduce them to you as far as the person you see them as. He introducing you to them in the true flight fashion that they are. And once you learn that the people around you were not exactly what you had in mind, it makes you get more quiet because it makes you feel like you've been asleep. Now, this is the thing. I have learned that a lot of people in my life that's been around my life is really there for other reasons, but not really for the reasons that I thought. And the thing that's really weird is that, you kind of want somebody in your life that really loves you and care about you, but, being who you are, it becomes more of the fantasy versus the reality. And the sad part about it is that a lot of people don't take you serious as far as the person that you are, but in the fair game, they want to be taken serious. Now, I have a few guys, and when I say that, that's not mean as far as relationships, but I mean as far as a few guys that basically look at me as far as entertainment. Now, they look at me as far as entertainment because they're like saying to themselves, you don't expect me to really take you serious. Now, I used to be the kind of person that try to make them laugh, I crack jokes and stuff, and, to go a little oopala type of way to try to make them laugh, to try to win them over and stuff, and you do all these things because you feel as though maybe they'll like me, and reality is that they're not here for that. They're only here for the fantasy. So by this time you beat yourself up and everything, and the whole time of being with you or being around you was not the intentions that they told you in order to get next to you. And then a lot of times you're learning that a lot of people that you thought were there are really not really feeling you that way at all. And this is the one thing that gets me. My thing is this. If you're not for me, why are you here? I just will never understand that in 1,000 years. And I'm not trying to debate as far as everybody, because everybody has a different situation than myself, but I learned that a lot of people, I thought, it's about men, I thought that a lot of them would have my back in a lot of cases, and they don't. I was more of a fantasy than a reality. And I learned that the hard way because God introduced me to enough. And I was like, listen, Raven, wake up. I want you to see who's been around you all this time. I'm going to show you them, not the dark cloud that you've been looking at them through. I'm going to make you, not the light dark cloud, but the light cloud you've been looking at them through, thinking of, oh, this guy really cares. I'm going to introduce you to them. I'm going to show you the people that you think really have your back, really don't. And the thing about it is that I always, my whole thing with a lot of guys that I used to talk to and stuff, I never broke up with them. We never broke up. We never ended our friendship in reference to being mad. Once upon a time when you got mad at this guy, or, you have an argument, then y'all leave each other alone. But being who I am so now, they leave me because they're in love with me. Now, the thing about it is that I didn't know this, that, you go to this whole different type of channel of you know, leaving me because you love me. Now, I thought that when we don't get along, we're always fighting, you know, and you know, you break up and leave each other alone, we come to a mutual understanding. But the reason why they leave me is because they love me, is because that was not a part of the plan. Because now they're starting to get emotions that are involved with me, and that's not what they were looking for, because I'm turning their fantasy into reality, and that's not what they signed up for. So basically, of course, they're going to find a way to stay away from me, or, you know, start a fight with me, because they're not going to say, well, I got feelings and stuff like that. They have to make it seem like it's my fault, you know, before they leave. So, of course, you know, I have to deal with the hoopla as far as that and stuff. And, you know, it's just amazing to me. That's why I don't get mad with girls and they out other guys, you know. I'm like, I don't agree with it, but I get it, because at some point, when you take a stick and you keep bending it, eventually some girls are going to start snapping. They're not going to care. You know, and the thing about it is that, like I said before, God introduced me to enough. God was like, this is enough. It's enough. It's time to move forward. You can't move forward when you're carrying a dark cloud with you. You're pulling things with you that should have been gone. It was time for you to been clean out your closet. But you, looking at them through loving eyes, and they were only looking at you as the fantasy, but not the reality. So God was like, as of today, I'm going to let you see the reality and not the fantasy. So I woke up and I see them now, and they know I see them, and they kind of like, you know, backed off a little bit and stuff like that. You know, they stay away more and so, and, you know, some don't quite get it, but they get it. You know what I mean? Like, they know that they were never supposed to be there this long, because they feel as though if the situation was turned around, they would have been gone. But due to the fact that I allowed it so long, and they knew they were selling me the dream of being a friend, they were just wondering how long before I woke up. And I didn't wake up until God said, enough. I want to introduce you to the people that's been around you. And I want you to stay woke. And I'm woke. And as I'm being woke now, I see clearly. I don't chase, I don't run, I don't do any of that anymore. But it does cripple me, because simple fact of the matter is make me very leery of people that maybe succumb. Due to the fact I blog on YouTube and stuff, I don't really know who's really for me. And that's also a crippling situation, because they could lie to me and tell me they don't know me, they know exactly who I am. Because I put a lot of information out there that could also become damaging as far as being myself. But I'm still woke. Because once God introduced you to enough, you see everything a new way. Anyway, that being said, I just want to share that with you. And I want to ask you that question. Have you been introduced to enough? Like, you see people for the truth and not the lie that you thought they was? It's like, you see, like you saying, I see you. I had no idea, but I see you. I was hoping for something different, but I see you. Anyway, that being said, I just want to share this with you and stuff. And I want to let you know that I love you. And I want to thank you for watching S3.